I'm Cosplay Evo. This is how to make your own Megatron helmet. I have free patterns for you for this helmet down in the description down below. And now, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm only gonna be doing a pattern for this helmet, nothing else, because it's gonna take a lot of my time and effort just to put out patterns for literally this whole entire build. So I'd rather just do the helmet pattern for you guys. So at least, you know, I'm giving back to the community, you know? So, let's roll the clip.
Alright, excuse the background. A little different kind of camera setup we're going on here. So, as you can see, I loaded it up. This is not my actual body. I just needed the face, the head for now. But as you can see, I loaded up an Armor Smith right here, the 30 file. I went over here to this pattern layout, hit edit, and then I hit unfold right there. As you can see, it's like Pepicura if you ever worked with it. It's basically, you know, your higher advanced. As you can see, there's a lot here. But in the description, I will leave a better, more defined pattern for you guys instead of all this mumbo jumbo which you see on the screen. This is what I'm working with, but I'm gonna simplify the patterns because actually I think this is actually made for these patterns. Instead of being on paper, it's gonna be on, like, it's supposed to be meant on foam. But either way, I will simplify the patterns because this is also like a paper kind of thing. Because working with paper and working with foam is way different. So as you can see here, to get the patterns, if I click on it, that's like the right cheek right there. But I'm gonna build all this out of paper first, and then cut it out, make it to much simpler shapes, because I'm also confused on some of these parts. Majority of these parts I don't even need, to be honest with you, because the way I sliced it was from the whole body. It wasn't, I couldn't detach it from the model I bought. But as you can see, if I click that, that's the top part, the dome right there. And all I basically have to do is just make half the helmet, take this top part, this full head part, and yeah. The main concern is to just do this full face part right here. But I'm gonna use this as reference to kind of build up the face and stuff. But I'll get back to you guys when I have the paper model. Now your pattern's gonna look different, but basically cut out the edges, tape it all up. This is from the Armor Smith pattern, so this is not gonna be the patterns I left in the description. As you can see, it's a lot. After we have it all cut out, transfer it to foam. And the face is pretty self-explanatory. Glue all the pieces together.
Now the pattern I provided down below for free, turn this shape, we'll turn all this mess to this magnificent shape here. I'll show you how to do that right now because it's very complicated. And so yeah, I'll show you how to do it right now. So we're gonna start with the main piece right here. So this is the right, so it's gonna go on the right side of the cheek. So you're gonna have this piece right here. So we have like the thicker side right here and the longer side. The longer side is gonna go on the front part where the arrow is pointing towards the cheek. So it's gonna go like that. All you're gonna do is just follow the contour of the shape of the line.
Here I was wrong again. So basically I had it all flipped. So the longer side is supposed to go in the front part where the arrow is on the pattern. It'll show you on the pattern as the arrows, but I'm pretty sure is the longer side goes on the front and the thicker side goes in the back. That's the best way I can describe it.
You can probably get away with this by beveling both the edges and getting that nice little peak, but that's doing too much. So apply contact cement on, it's hard to explain, but on the top part. So if you have it like this, on this top part, apply contact cement. On this part, apply contact cement on the inner side, not on the edge of it, but on the inside of your piece. So I'm gonna do that right now. So it's time lapse right now. Alright, so we've got all the pieces glued. I'm not sure how you can see that. But speed up drying process, use a blow dryer, or if you have a heat gun that you can control the heat on, use that low heat. Keep it moving though, you don't want to dry up the foam or burn your foam, or you don't want to dry up your contact cement or bubble it. Just keep it moving. That way it's a nice even dry. Should be tacky. So when you tap it, don't fully touch it, just tap it. And if it's still a little runny or sticky, hit it with the blow dryer or heat gun, or wait for it to dry. If you're impatient like me, use a towel. So these are labeled R for the right cheek. This is also labeled R. You will be able to tell the difference, but the parts I did label. So there will be RF, which is the right front piece. And I got RTC1, which is the first right top piece. We have RTC2, I'll label that in the description. This one is labeled. This is RTC2, the right top cheek, and the RB, not root beer, but right back. We'll get to those in a second. So now get your long piece, line it up with the front part of your cheek part. Make sure to do this carefully. Slow and steady wins the race. If you rush your projects, it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. Trust me, I know from experience. And don't try to get as close to the edge as possible to line up, so you don't do less sanding when you have to for post-processing for your props or helmets, whatever. Just in general, just try to get close to the edge, and you should have excess on the spec. Just don't cut it off yet. I know you want to cut it off. I wanted to cut it off, wipe off any excess glue, but do not cut it off yet, because we're gonna cut it off when we have this back piece on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the front and the back piece first. So get ready for that. I want these labeled backwards. Oh, I don't have them labeled correctly. Okay, never mind. I just poured them. Okay. So this is your right piece. Contact cement on this side. Same part with the cheek part. Contact cement on the inside. For the back piece, you're gonna do the shorter side of contact cement. So you're gonna put it on right here. So as you can see, you have a longer side and the shorter side. You're gonna put contact cement on the shorter side. And you guys know how to go. Next pieces will be, I don't know what to call this, little headband part, a little wraps around the back, at the top part. So wherever you see this piece on the long part, there's gonna be a little dot on the pattern on the edge, and you want to line that up so that way it wraps around. Perfectly. So let's do that. First, we're gonna heat these. And also, I didn't know this, but I have a glue pot here, and I kind of left there's been some time where I made the Wolverine suit from this Megatron suit, and my brush was actually just absolutely stiff and hard, but I put a new can of contact cement, and now my brush is perfect again. So that happens to you, get more contact cement. So the way to glue this, I would say put the contact cement on the edge of this piece, and then contact cement on the inner part of this piece, plus these parts. That way you can line them up first. So I'm gonna do this piece first. All right, I have the, I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a dot right here. I put it edge of that corner. I'm just gonna wrap it around now. Alright, unfortunately with mine, there's a gap. I will update the pattern, kind of elongated a bit, but we can easily fill that with some foam, and then spackle it, but overall, that's how it fits. Make sure it fits your head. And these are the forehead pieces. As you can see, there's a little cutout. You can score it if you want, but I decided to use a little filler piece. And this is, the gray is 6mm, and the black is 10 mil. That way it has this little recessed panel line. For this one, I'm most likely gonna super glue these in because I'm doubt contact, because contact cement in the name sticks on contact, so I'm not gonna be able to maneuver all these pieces. So I think super glue would be the best bet here. I think everything is flat and it is. I don't really like working with super glue. I hate it actually because sometimes it sticks to your fingers. Even when you're like trying to not stick it on your fingers, you will get it stuck on your fingers. Alright, it's nice. Thankfully, this is majority friction fit, so I don't have to worry about the majority of the pieces just coming off. So I'm not too worried about it coming off. There we go, now we get a nice panel. Do the same thing to the other one. And then on the pattern, it shows you to bevel only this front part. So I have my pieces beveled, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. Super glue. Time to contact cement all this. And there you go. You got your forehead pieces. And there you go. You got your forehead pieces for Megatron.
And then your eyebrow pieces. Well, the forehead pieces, you're gonna have to try to customize that one. And the eyebrows just hop on top of the forehead piece with the arrow pointing that way, as you can see. And this, I had to glue in some spacers. So the black is 10 millimeter and the gray is 6 millimeter. You're gonna have to, you know, customize that one on yourself depending on thickness. But I'm pretty sure if you use the same right amount of foam I use, you'll be fine. So 10 millimeter is the black and 6 millimeter is the gray.
All right, so I made I freehanded the pieces. It's gonna be different from yours, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not gonna bother making a pattern for this top part. But I can't see if there's glue. I can't see whether the glue or not is dry. I'm not gonna worse heating up because if you do heat it up for long, some of the seams might open up. So I'm gonna leave it here for about like 2 to 5 minutes, and then get this top piece covered. There. It's not perfect, but it will cover up this little gap part here. I did a few tests for the helmet. It doesn't really sit well on my head, so I decided to print out this basic helmet from Odin Makes, as you can see. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. Let me pull it up here. There's a way you can scale it. The math is right here. Mine came out to 87%. Hopefully it's correct. But so yeah, ready to cut this out and put it onto foam. This is a perfect fit. Now Odin knows how to do some math. 87% scale. Now I got a nice bald cap.
Right here, I'm just gluing up some spacers or kind of plates to cover up the front part of the cheek parts because I didn't want it to be.
Now what I'll do is just trim this up. We're ready for some sanding.
I was wrong here again. Preferably sand every part before you glue it. I just got a little too excited and I kind of forgot to sand. Here's the base helmet connecting to the main part of the helmet. Basically just put Velcro and then kind of align it. It was very hard for me to do it, so do it at your own risk. Right here I'm attaching the magnets from the faceplate to the actual helmet. That way it can be taken on and off. And this is trial and error, but I glued a little tab right there so it can line up in the middle. And then the cheek parts, thankfully, they're long enough. In the future, I'm gonna be putting some spacers on the side because there's a little gap. But overall, it turned out fine.
And that's how you make your very own Megatron from Transformers Prime helmet. So I did some stuff off camera. A little more quick seal sanding. That's about it. Base helmet, Velcro, removable mask. I'm basically done with this helmet. You're probably wondering, you're done with it? Where's the paint? Where's the eyes? You're gonna put electronics in it? Or you're done with it? I'm basically done for it now. I'm waiting to get some paint after I'm done with the entire build, or when I get near the entire build, I'm gonna paint everything. I'm still trying to figure out what color to use, either silver, gunmetal, or a dark gray. I'm leaning towards a silver, kind of weathering it. But and also I'm not sure if I'm gonna do LED eyes. Not cosplay eyes, but no, that actually might fit. The cosplay LED eyes might fit in here. But as dotted texture, I don't really like that. But anyways, my plan is to get plastic, put it with some one-way red window tint. sorry if my hair is messy. It's just, I just got done with stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna put some window tint. Probably paint some stuff on the eyes so it has this red circle, this white circle. And also we're gonna see if I get a airbrush so I can do some of these details here. I still gotta do more details on the chin and stuff, but for now the build is complete. And one critique I might do in the future is replace the teeth, because when I have it on, this part's literally on my mouth, so I might change it with mesh and do like a little zigzag for the teeth design. And also breathing is cool. You know, breathing isn't as overrated as you guys think. And also magnetic helmet, magnetic faceplate. Overall, this project was really I'm very happy with this project, and thankfully I found Armorsmith. That way I can, you know, make all these templates. But anyways, this is it for the first part of the Megatron cosplay. Hope you guys like this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. I believe we're making the chest next time. Peace out.